Hey, yo, is that two producers?
This boy got a hit.
They say I'm dumb and I'm not worthy. They call me black, brown, ugly, skin dirty. They put me on the sports team, they say they jerseys. If I make enough money, still get on it. Oh, Israel, I miss my mother. Land for the chosen from the men above us. All praises, can't wait to see you again. It's been ages. I know you tired of getting walked on by strange faces. It's the truth, bro, I speak the truth. Spirit takes over in the booth. Can't wait to see them angels coming through. Most high willing gates I'm walking through. Yeah, yeah. Why they take me, why they touch me? Why we have to go through this if God loves me?
And what we're going to do, we're getting into, we're going into Tobit, right? Reason we going into this, the whole reason is because there's a couple of doctrines that came out of Tobit, and people not realizing, understanding that you can't just go by the whole Tobit story is a special case, and it's going back to the Lord, which we're gonna get into, right? All right, so if you want to pick that up and read it, it's Tobit chapter 4, verse 12.
4 and 12. This is Tobit chapter 4 and verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and so take not a strange woman for wife.
When people read this, they automatically go into, oh, you can only marry within your tribe, right? As we keep on reading, it seems like it confirms that. When it says, take not a stranger to wife, stranger to wife being specifically a whore, right? But we keep on reading.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Uh-huh.
For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land.
So, yeah, so this right here is actually Tobit giving his son Tobias instructions, right? So that's one, right? Let's go jump to
Tobit 7 and 13.
Come.
Then he called his daughter Sara, and she came to her father, and he took her by the hand, and he gave her to be wife to Tobias, saying, behold, take her after the law of Moses, and lead her away to thy father. And he blessed him. 14. And called Edna his wife, and took paper, and did write an instrument of covenants, and sealed it.
Yeah, so this is another one that people try to say. They say that you need a marriage license or marriage certificate in order to be considered married. Right? Again, this whole story, when we go through this whole thing, we're going to see that it's a special occasion. That's not the case at all. When, a lot of times people read one or two verses and take the whole thing out of context. You know what I'm saying? Once we read this and we get into it, we're going to see that this whole thing goes through this whole thing connects to the Lord. There's no way you're going to find where you need a covenant to make a woman your wife in the Lord. You're not going to find that nowhere. This whole thing, this covenant right here had nothing to do with the marriage itself, but it was actually deeds and stuff like that for property. And we're going to get all that, right? So we're going to start. Let's go back to Tobit chapter 1, see where we at, what we dealing with, right? You call it, read it.
One from the top?
Yeah, one from the top.
It's the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the words of Tobit, son of Tobias, son of Ananiel, the son of Aduel, the son of Gabiel, the seed of Asiel, the tribe of Naphtali.
So we see who we're dealing with, the tribes of Naphtali, and where they at. Keep on reading.
Verse 2. Who in the time of Enemasar, king of the Assyrians, was led captive out of Thisbe, which is at the right hand of that city, which is called properly Naphtali in Galilee above Asa.
Right. So we dealing with the Naphtalites that went into captivity under Shalmaneser, under the Assyrians. This was around the 7th century BCE. Okay? 7th century BCE. So we're dealing with the tribe of Naphtali right here, right? We got to keep this in mind because all this is important to know what was going on, right? So we're going to jump down. Actually, let's go to chapter 2. We're going to read chapter 2.
1 minute remaining.
You could just call right back. Right back. But yeah.
I'm going to call back right now.
All right. All right, so you can read start chapter 2.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Yeah, chapter 2. Let's start from chapter 2.
2 and from the top.
Yeah.
It's the book of Tobit, chapter 2, verse 1. Now, when I was come home again, and my wife Anna was restored unto me with my son Tobias, in the feast of Pentecost, which is the holy feast of 7 weeks, there was a good dinner prepared me, and which I sat down to eat.
Right. So we see Tobit keeping the feast of Pentecost, also known as the feast of first fruits, right? Keep on.
I like this chapter. Right? And when I saw abundance of meat, I said unto my son, go. I just real quick while I'm reading this, people always be like, hey, Israelites, how come you don't just give money and food to anybody? And I often read this right here, right?
An inmate at the Salt Lake County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To review your current balance is $25.82. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Telling.
I don't mean to interrupt and interject. I just want to say that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us be like, y'all ain't charitable. Y'all don't just give money to anybody. Aren't you supposed to be a person of God? And I often read this right here, right? So, verse 2, when I saw an abundance of meat, I said to my son, go and bring what poor man soever thou shalt find out of our brethren,
right,
who is mindful of the Lord. And lo, I carry for thee.
Right.
So he ain't just gonna give that meat to nobody. He didn't give that charity to just anybody, bro.
Yeah. The Ecclesiasticus lets us know, like, yo, you're not supposed to give it to a wicked person because, you know what I mean, their wickedness, that's probably the reason why they going through that. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. And he chose somebody of his own people to be charitable to, not just anybody.
Right.
So there were 2 stipulations. I'm sorry. Salaki. Anyway.
No, that's perfect. You go ahead.
Verse 3. But he came again and said, Father, one of our nation is strangled and is cast out in the marketplace. So he just dead and everybody's stepping over.
Yeah, they just left him there.
4. Then before I had tasted of any meat, I started up and took him up to a room until the going down of the sun. 5. Then I returned and washed myself and ate my meat in heaviness.
Right.
6. Remembering that prophecy of Amos, as he said, your feast shall be turned into mourning and all your mirth into lamentation.
Right. So we seeing how he dealing with the law. He's keeping the cleanliness and all that. Wash yourself, then the eating of the feast, so on and so forth. Right. But you keep on reading.
7. Therefore I wept, and after the going down of the sun, I went and made a grave and buried him. 8. But my neighbors mocked me and said, this man is not yet afraid to be put to death for this matter, who fled away, and yet lo, he burieth the dead again.
So 9. You see the love that Tobit had, what kind of person he is. He's not letting his people just lay down and rot in the streets, right? He's gonna get them, bury them. He's doing his best for his people, right? But read on.
This is what got me to stop laughing at homeless antics. Because I thought to myself, man, like, if I can laugh at the homeless I'm not like Tobit then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you find it funny. Verse 9. The same night I returned from the burial and slept by the wall of the courtyard, being polluted, and my face was uncovered. Right? Polluted because he touched the dead person, right?
Right. That's exactly it. Remember, he first moved the body first moved the body before the sun went down, washed himself, ate of his feast, and then he wound up burying the body after.
And he not trying to make nobody else dirty. That's why he's out there by the wall.
Right.
Okay. 10. And I knew not that there were sparrows in the wall. And my eyes being open, the sparrows muted warm dung into mine eyes. And a whiteness came into my eyes, and I went to the physicians, but they helped me not. Moreover,
right, so this is how Tobit actually went blind. This is how he went blind, right? And it's the important story. Part of the story is his blindness. We're gonna see certain things because of this, right? But read on.
Moreover, Achiacharus did nourish me until I went to Elimaze. 11. And my wife Anna did take women's work to do. 12. And when she had sent them home to the owners, they paid her wages and gave her also besides a kid.
Right.
You know, we're always being accused of we don't let our women work. Just want to put that up.
Good.
You know. 13. And when it was in my house, 12. And when she had sent them home to the owners, they paid her wages and gave her also besides a kid, a baby goat. 13. And when it was in my house, it began to cry. And I said unto her, from whence is this kid? Is it not stolen? Render it to the owners, for it is not lawful to eat anything that is stolen.
Right. So he was on it, right? But read on.
14. But she replied unto me, it was given for a gift more than the wages. Howbeit I did not believe her, but bade her render it to the owners, and I was abashed at her. But she replied upon me, whereon thine alms and thy righteous deeds? Behold, thou and all thy works are known.
Yeah, so she's like, yo, basically this was given to her as a gift, you know what I mean, for her wages and all that. Everybody knows how Tobit is. Everybody know how righteous he is, how he was moving. She was like, yo, where's your arms and why nobody's helping you out? Why nobody giving you these things, right? How am I just going to get this back? But keep on reading.
Chapter 3 from the top. Then I being grieved, did weep, and in my sorrow prayed, saying, O Lord, thou art just, and all thy works and all thy ways and mercy are mercy and truth, and thou judgest truly and justly forever. Right. Remember me and look on me. Punish me not for my sins and ignorances, and the sins of my fathers who have sinned before thee.
Right.
4. For they obeyed not thy commandments. Wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil, and unto captivity, and unto death, and for a proverb, and for a reproach to all the nations among whom we are dispersed.
Right. Read on.
5. And now thy judgments are many and true. Deal with me according to my sins and my fathers, because we have not kept thy commandments, neither have walked in truth before thee.
He understands that the reason why they're going through the situations they're going through is for breaking the commandments of the Most High. Right? He understands that. Read on.
So he's very few among the number of Israelites. Everybody else coming up with another excuse.
I mean, well, at this time, possibly. I'm thinking a lot of Israel didn't even really care, to be honest with you.
I was just about to say they probably have to be there. Huh? They give them foods, they give them sleeps, they have to be there probably.
They get comfortable in their captivity. We see that with Israel now. Right?
Yep. 6. Now therefore deal with me as seemeth best unto thee, and command my spirit to be taken from me, and I may be dissolved and become earth. For it is profitable for me to die rather than to live, because I have heard false reproaches, and I've heard much sorrow. Command therefore that I may now be delivered out of this distress, and go into the everlasting place. Turn not thy face away from me. Right.
So Tobit, he understanding what's going on, and he's ready to give up the ghost. He's ready to give up the ghost. He sees what's going on with his people. He's already sorrowful. He's trying his best to do to help them out. Now he's blind. You feel what I'm saying? He's going through this reproach. He's like, it was time. Plus, he's getting old, up there in age. He know his time coming soon. You're like, yo, you could just take me now, right? You can read on.
7. And it came to pass same day in Ectaban, Ecbatane, the city of Medina, Sara, the daughter of Raguel, was reproached by her father's maids.
Right. So now this is going into Sarah. As we read on, we find out that this is Tobit's cousin. This is Tobit's cousin. Like I said, this whole thing with Tobit is a special case, right? So you keep on reading.
Verse 8, because that she had been married to 7 husbands, whom Asmodeus, the evil spirit, had killed,
right, before
they had lain with her.
So she's still pure. She been married to 7 people, and every last one of them died in the bedchambers before they was actually able to lay with her.
So she was never married.
She was never officially married. Once you betroth to somebody or promise to somebody, it's looked at as y'all married. But you don't. When you have sex, that's when you how you say y'all seal that bond or consummate the marriage. You feel what I'm saying? Make it official, right? But you keep on.
Dost thou not know, they said, that thou hast strangled thy husbands?
Mm-hmm. So this is what the maids are saying to her. This is what the maids are saying to her. They treating her. She's feeling bad, right? All the maids like, oh, you killing your husband. You in there strangling him in the bed chambers, like she some type of Black Widow type thing, right? But read on.
I heard. Are the maidens? Are they Israelites or are they Assyrians? Or do we know?
Most likely Israel.
Right?
Most
likely they wouldn't be serving an Israelite, right? The Syrians wouldn't be serving.
Yeah, the Syrians was over us at this time.
Right.
Right.
Thou hast already 7 husbands, neither wast thou named after any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore dost thou beat us for them? If they be dead, go thy ways after them. Let us never see of thee either son or daughter.
Yeah, so they really like they bullying her basically. They like, yo, damn, like you might as well just kill yourself. You might as well kill yourself. You're not gonna have no children. We don't even want to see no children from you. You might as well go hang it up. Right? Read on.
So marriage was important to our sisters at one point.
It is very important. Very important to be married, to bring forth children, all that. Right?
All right, verse 10. When she heard these things, she was very sorrowful, so that she thought to have strangled herself.
So she was actually thinking about hanging it up, taking her own life. But read on.
And she said, I am the only daughter of my father, and if I do this, it shall be a reproach unto him.
See, remember, she said the only daughter of her father, right? And if she do this, it'll be a reproach unto him. She's actually the only child, which means everything will go to her. Let's keep on reading first. Then we'll jump.
And I shall bring his old age with sorrow unto the grave. 11. Then she prayed toward the window and said, Blessed art thou, O Lord, my power, and thine holy and glorious name is blessed and honorable forever.
Right.
That all thy works praise thee forever.
You see how they pray too. This is how we supposed to model our prayers. We give all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. We big them up. Let them, you know what I mean? Let them know we understand what he have done for us and done for our people, so on and so forth. His power, right? But you keep on.
And now, O Lord, I set mine eyes and my face toward thee, and say, Put me out of the earth, that I may hear no more the reproach. Thou knowest, Lord, that I am pure from all sin with man.
Right, so this is a righteous woman, right? Read on.
15. And that I never polluted my name, nor the name of my father, in the land of my captivity. I am the only daughter of my father, neither hath he any child to be his heir, neither any near kinsman, nor any son of his alive, to whom I may keep myself for a wife.
Nobody that for him to keep for her to keep herself to wife. No near kinsmen, so on and so forth. The reason why she's saying all this is because according to the law, that only daughter will get everything, and it will go to her husband, whoever she marries, right? So she have to marry within her tribe. Let's get real quick. Numbers chapter 26. Numbers chapter 26.
26 or 2 and 6?
Numbers chapter 26.
26. 26 and what?
Numbers chapter 26. Is it 26? No, 27. Salakia. Numbers chapter 27. We're going to start from the top.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 27, verse 1. Then came the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. These are the names of
people you're dealing with, which is the children of Manasseh, right? It's a few daughters.
1 minute remaining.
You call right back, huh?
Okay. They probably gonna be coming to collect these tablets here in a second, but I'm calling back right now.
Con. All right.
Thank you for using.
Yeah. So so these are the daughters, right, of Manasseh that he's talking about. You keep on.
These are the names of the daughters of Malah, Noah, Haglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. Tirzah, I'm sorry. They stood before Moses and before Eleazar, the priest, and before the princes, and all the congregation by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, Our father died in the wilderness, and he was not in the company of them that gathered themselves together against the Lord in the company of Korah, but died in his own sin and had no sons.
So he died and had no sons, right? All he had was daughters. He had 5 daughters, right?
And he was wicked, right? Because he gathered themselves with those who were against the Lord.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But even still, right? Your firstborn son is who gets all your property and everything.
Right.
That was a custom, right? So he died. He didn't have no sons at all. All he had was 5 daughters, right? So we keep on reading.
Verse 4. Why should the name of our father be done away from among his family, because he hath no sons? Give unto us, therefore, a possession among the brethren of our father.
Right. So they asked him for it, even though they knew that their father was wicked. He died a wicked man. But still, why let his name get cast off? Let us have his possessions. Everything because it's gonna go somewhere else. Let us have his possessions. We're his children, right? Read on.
And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Salakia. Verse 5, and Moses brought their cause before the Lord. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brethren. And thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass unto them.
Right. So they get to keep their father's land, all his inheritance, right? So read on.
8. Thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a man die and have no son, then ye shall cause his inheritance to pass unto his daughter.
So this is the law. So we see that Reguel had no other children but Sarah, right? So all his possessions, when he passed, would go to Sarah. That would belong to her. This is the law, right? So read on.
Number 9. And if he have no daughter, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his brethren. And if he have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. And if he have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. Right. 11. And if his father have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his kinsman that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it. And it shall be unto the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as the Lord commanded Moses.
As the Lord commanded Moses. This is a law. So if a man dies, he only have daughters. That possession goes to them daughters, right? If he don't have no daughters, it'll go to his near kinsman. Remember what we read in Tobias? She said her father has no near kinsmen, no sons, no nothing. It's just her, right? That's important to the story. So everything that he owned will go to her, right? Let's jump to Numbers chapter 36. Numbers chapter 36. We're gonna start from the top, Colonel.
This is the mighty book of Numbers, chapter 36, verse 1. And the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, and the families of the sons of Joseph came near and spake before Moses and before the princes, the chief fathers of the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, the Lord commanded my Lord to give the land for an inheritance by lot to the children of Israel, and my Lord was commanded by the Lord to give the inheritance of Zelophehad, our brother, unto his daughters.
So this is going back into this. Now they got the chief of the chief of the fathers, right? They got a question for Moses because they see how this could go bad and how Manasseh could actually lose some of their land to another tribe or another people or something like that, right? So let's keep on reading.
Verse 3. And if they be married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall it be taken from the lot of our inheritance.
And how would that work? Let's say, for instance, these women marry children from the tribe of Judah, men from the tribe of Judah. Whatever that belongs to them belongs to their husband now. And then their children who they have from this man, them children will be Judites. So now them Judites will be owning land in Manasseh. Feel what I'm saying? Every tribe had its own land, its own lot that was given to them. Every tribe had its own land, own lot that was given to them. So now if they wind up marrying other tribes, they'll lose that lot and they'll go to that other tribe, right? But read on.
4. And when the jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they were received. Mm-hmm. So shall their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers.
Now people would think, because I done heard people say this before, that it will go back to the daughters. No, because now their children are of another tribe. So that land will officially be taken away from Manasseh and become the land of whoever they marry, whether it's Benjamin, Judah, whoever, Asher, whoever. That part of the land, you're going to have Asherite land right in the middle of Manasseh. You feel what I'm saying? Manasseh losing their land. So this is what they bringing up to them, right? So read on.
Verse 5. And Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of the Lord, saying, the tribe of the sons of Joseph hath said well.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing which the Lord doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, let them marry to whom they think best, only to the family of the tribe of their father shall they marry.
Right, so they could marry whoever they want as long as whoever they want to marry is part of their tribe. So they could keep that land, that inheritance in that tribe. It won't pass on. So by law, only time you have to marry within tribe is if the woman don't have no brothers, no siblings, basically.
So really the law only applies to a single child woman.
Right.
Or the oldest daughter, if he has multiple daughters than the oldest daughter.
Right. Right. They'll go to the sisters, basically, the women.
Right.
Right. So this is the only time this is applied. You gotta say something out?
No, I was saying like in Tobit.
Yeah, that's exactly what we going into, right? It's the whole thing is Sara, she don't have no siblings, it's just her. And Tobias, as we read, we're gonna see that Tobias is the only son of Tobit. So now you got these two only children of the tribe of Naphtali that's in the area. There's no other Naphtalites there. That marriage had to go down. They had to get married. My yard just dropped off again. Right? But so
Going back to Tobit.
we're gonna keep on reading real quick. I'm a yard. You can read verse 7.
Verse 7 in Numbers 36. Verse 7. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from the tribe to tribe.
So this is the whole reason. Mm-hmm. So it don't move from tribe to tribe, right? Read on.
For every one of the children of Israel shall keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers.
Right, read on.
Verse 8, and every daughter that possesseth an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife unto one of the family of the tribe of her father, that the children of Israel may enjoy every man the inheritance of his fathers.
So the Most High is letting it be known that any woman that possesses any type of possession, any inheritance, she has to marry within her father's tribe to keep that inheritance within that tribe. Right? That's the law of that's the law. And that's exactly what's going on in Tobit, right? But we keep on reading.
Verse 9. Neither shall the inheritance remove from one tribe to another tribe, but every one of the tribes of the children of Israel shall keep himself to his own inheritance.
Read on.
To even as the Lord commanded Moses, so did the daughters of Zelophehad.
Read.
For Malah, Tirzah, and Haglah, and Milcah, and Noah, the daughters of Zelophehad, were married unto their father's brothers' sons.
Right.
So they're first cousins.
They want to marry their cousins, right?
And they were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribe of the family of their father. 13. These are the commandments and the judgments which the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses unto the children of Israel into the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho.
So when you're talking about take her to the according of the law of Moses and then get that contract, that all has to do with inheritance. It had nothing to do with the marriage itself. Right? And that's the whole thing about this marriage right here. Why they had to marry within their tribe, and that contract was being bought out, right? So we're gonna go back to Tobit. Let's go back to Tobit, chapter 3, and we're gonna read verse 15 again.
Chapter 3 and 15.
You
know, I don't understand why people have such a hard time with nations having their own space on the planet. If even within Israel, every tribe has their own space, and it's stayed that way.
That's how the Most High is. He deals with order. He always dealt with order. He don't have nothing outside. Even the Levites had to live amongst the tribes, but they had their own suburbs within those tribes that they lived at.
I think Esau, that was one of the biggest things he misconstrued in order to like, take a hold of the planet. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen anywhere else. Bengal tigers and Siberian tigers are 99.9999 same, but they live in two different areas and they don't mix. Right. That's beautiful, though, how he let them tell it. It's beautiful. Nature's one, and I want to be one with it. But you know what I'm saying? Part of that oneness is the separation in species. Like igneous rocks and lava rocks aren't found in the same place. They're not even alive. So, like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Anyway, this is the book of Tobit, chapter 3, verse 15. And that I never polluted my name, nor the name of my father in the land of my captivity. I am the only daughter of my father, neither hath he any child to be his heir. Right.
So everything goes to her. Everything goes to her. He had no other child to be her heir, right, Reed?
Neither any near kinsman, nor any son of his alive,
right,
to whom I may keep myself for a wife. My 7 husbands are already dead.
Now, those 7 husbands, guaranteed, they wasn't Naphtalites. They wasn't Naphtali. If that was the case, she would have been able to marry them. She said he has no near kinsman or anything that's alive that she could be a wife to. She understands that law, but they ain't have nobody. At least that's what she thought. You feel what I'm saying? But let's keep on reading.
And so this is the Most High putting things in order by killing people.
Exactly.
By allowing Asmodeus to do what he does.
Exactly. We already know the Most High controls all that. No demon or anybody can die without the Most High say so.
And they serve him. So he's doing a job for the Most High. Right.
Let's grab real quick before we go on. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 32. 32 verse 39.
32.
It's one of my favorite scriptures right here.
Okay. Powerful.
It's the book of Deuteronomy. Mighty book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me.
That's why I let it be known. Ain't nobody on his level. There's no God with him. There's nobody controlling anything. People try to say, oh, the devil's doing this, like working works. The devil do what the Most High allows him to do. He got no real power. He don't got power on his own. Let me put it like that. He does what the Most High allows him to do, right? He said, read on.
There is no God with me. I kill. I say again, I kill.
I kill and what?
And I make alive.
Anybody that dies, the Most High gave that okay for. Anybody that gets shot 100 times and they wind up living, the Most High say, yeah, it's not his time. He just had to feel that pain real quick. You feel what I'm saying? Right. You keep on calling back if you can, huh?
Okay, if he's not picking it up right now, I'm gonna call right back.
Come. Right? So he said, come.
So
he said, I kill, I make alive, right? Read.
I wound and I heal.
I wound and I heal. Read.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Nobody can control that. The Most High wants you dead, you won't die. If he wants you alive, can't nobody change that. You feel what I'm saying? Read on.
Verse 40. For I lift up my head to heaven and say, I live forever.
So he lived forever, right? But read on.
41. If I whet my glittering sword and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me.
Powerful, powerful. Let's grab Isaiah 45 also. Isaiah 45 verse 7. People got to realize what kind of God they dealing with. The Most High controls everything. Everything that's going on, the Most High, either he's allowing it, he's saying that giving the devil free reign, but once he takes that up and say, yo, listen, nah, you're going to stop that. The devil's going to listen right away. Right? Read on.
This is the mighty book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Most
High controls everything. So all those 7 men that died in the bedchamber was because the Most High said, yo, nah, they not marrying her. The Most High had that done, right? So let's go back to Tobit. Tobit chapter 3. Where we left off at?
It was 3 and 17, I think. Say, them. No more reproach.
Actually, no, it wasn't. We were still in 15. Read 15 again for me.
Okay. It's Tobit 3 and 15. And I that never polluted my name, nor the name of my father. In the land of my captivity, I am the only daughter of my father. Neither hath he any child to be his heir, neither any near kinsman, nor any son of his alive, for whom I may keep myself a wife. My 7 husbands are already dead, and why should I live?
Right.
But if it please not thee that I should die, command some regard to be had of me, and pity taken of me, that I hear no more reproach.
So she tired of hearing people make fun of her. You could just imagine you married 7 men, right? But they all died before they consummated the marriage. You could imagine the jokes that's being told around there. You know what I mean? She's hearing it. She's going through it right now. So she asking the Most High, listen, if you're not gonna just kill me, like do something for me. Take pity on me, because you see I'm not no wicked woman out here. I'm righteous, right? But read on.
Verse 16. So the prayers of them both were heard before the majesty of the great God.
And we seen that at verse 7 of that chapter that both Tobit and Sarah was praying at the same time. Now all this the Most High is working his work. They praying at the same time, and then, right, he said the prayers of both of them were heard. Read
17. And Raphael was sent to heal them both.
Raphael, the archangel Raphael, Rapaya Allah was sent to heal both of them, right? Read on.
That's his specialty, right? It's healing.
Healing. That's exactly what Raphael means. The healer of God. Rapa. Remember what we say in our prayers. Rapa. Rapa means heal. Rapaya Allah. Healer of God.
Healer of God. And we are God's. Come.
Right.
And Raphael was sent to heal them both. That is, to scale away the witness of Tobit's whiteness, Salakia, Tobit's eyes, and to give Sarah, the daughter of Raguel, a wife to Tobias, the son of Tobit, and to bind Asmodeus, the evil spirit, because she belonged to Tobias by right of inheritance. By
right of inheritance, exactly what we just read in Numbers chapter 27 and 36. By right of inheritance, because he is her first cousin. Right? Read on.
The self-same time came Tobit home and entered into his house, and Sarah, the daughter of Raguel, came down from her upper chamber.
Right? Read on.
Chapter 4, verse 1. In that day, Tobit remembered the money which he had committed to Gabriel in ranges of Media.
Media, right? Now, this is around the area where Sarah is living, right? And she lived in Ecbatane, a city of Media. And now Tobit is going to send his son over to Media, right? Read on.
2. He said with himself, I have wished for death, wherefore do I not call for my son Tobias, that I may signify to him of the money before I die?
Right. So he know his time is short. He's about to go. He want to make sure his son is fully taken care of. So he's going to let him know, like, yo, go grab this money. I gave this money to this guy go get this money from him, right? Read on.
3. And when he had called him, he said, my son, when I am dead, bury me, and despise not thy mother, but honor her all the days of thy life.
So this is what he's doing right now for Tobias, is he's giving him his last will and testament, basically. This is what I want you to do. This is how I want you to live. You feel what I'm saying? And all of this is from the Most High. Right? He said, you keep on reading.
But honor her all the days of thy life, and do not which shall please her, and do that which shall please her, and grieve her not. Remember, my son, that she saw many dangers for thee. When thou wast in her womb, and when she is dead, bury her by me in one grave.
Right. So he let me know exactly what he wants done. Okay, when I pass, make sure you take care of your mom. Don't grieve her in no type of way. Remember what she had to go through to take care of you and to bring you in this world. When she dies, bury her at the same grave that I'm in. Right. Read on.
5. My son, be mindful of the Lord our God all thy days. And let not thy will be set to sin, or to trespass his commandments. Do uprightly all thy life long, and follow not the ways of the unrighteous.
Right.
6. For if thou deal truly, thy doing shall prosperly succeed to thee, and to all them that live justly.
Right.
Give alms of thy substance. And when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of God shall not be turned away from thee.
Right. Tell them how to live, and look out for your people. And we seen from earlier what we read exactly who he's talking about. It's just Israel, first of all, and it's the righteous of Israel, those that's trying to keep his law, statutes, commandments. You're not doing it to some outright wicked person. Right? Read on.
8. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou hast but a little, do not be afraid to give according to that little.
Right. So don't be scared. You give people like, yo, damn, you asking for $5. I only got $10. I mean, you can make it with $5. Get that person that $5. Help them out. Right.
9. For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity. 10.
That's a good thing to understand and know. When we do things like that, we're laying up a treasure for ourselves in necessity. I cannot tell you, I'm not saying I'm a super righteous person. I'm not doing that. But I can't tell you how many times where I don't know how we got bills paid. Most time made it happen out of nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it came. You feel what I'm saying? The Most High will look out for you when you look out for people. You look out for Israel. Right? But read on.
9. For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity, because that alms do deliver from death, and suffer not to come into darkness.
Right? Read on.
11. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High.
Right. Read.
12. Because of all whoredom, my son, and beware of all whoredom, my son.
Right. So he's saying basically stay away from the whores, which when we read and talk about the strange woman is going into whores, right? Right. He's saying beware of all whoredom, right? Read on.
My son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife,
right?
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Right.
For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, Ham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land.
Right. Married family of their own kindred. This is what he's telling his son that he needs to be doing. And again, all this is coming from the Most High. You see what he's saying. The key right there. And their seed shall inherit the land. You feel what I'm saying? All this is going to go into inheritance. You about to say something?
When he says, remember, it says Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's talking about you can marry anybody in that lineage, from Abraham, from Isaac, even Jacob.
See, this is how I see it. But of course, a lot of people go into the tribes. When you look at how Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob married, they all married within family. It wasn't necessarily the same tribe, but they all married family members.
Like
that's going into your people, basically. Stay with your people. That's what he's telling them.
So I'm saying for Isaac, he had 2 sons. Right? So if you was to marry anybody from Esau, that's still in your
That's not what he's going into. Nah, he's not talking about that. Yeah. He's basically saying stay with Israel.
Come.
Now, people would say, because of when you go into, which is not of thy father's tribe, they'll say that's specifically that tribe. You know what I mean?
I know that much.
Even if that was the case for what he was actually saying, it would be all due to the Most High, because he specifically, the one who's giving this, Tobit is giving this to Tobias. This is not law to everybody else. This is what he's telling his son, what he wants his son to do. And Tobias had to marry within his tribe. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So either way, if the Most High put it on him to let him know, like, yo, listen, you need to stay within your tribe, that's how it had to be. If that makes sense.
Nah, it made sense. I knew the edge. I was just trying to clear that up because how it was
right.
Somebody received it.
So everything's clear.
Con.
Go praises. All right, you keep on reading out.
Yeah. 13?
Con.
Oh, no, 12. We didn't finish 12 yet.
We finished 12.
Married wives. Oh, yeah. Okay, 13. Now, therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them.
We said that's kind of despising them, not taking of them a wife. You know what I mean? Don't despise your people. He said, now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people and not taking them wife. He don't want him to go into the other nations and dealing with whoredom. He wanted them to stay amongst Israel. Right? But read on.
For in pride is the destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Lewdness is the mother of famine. Even when you look at how these other nations would live and move, they moved in whoredom. Everything about them was in whoredom. We was the only people that was moving in some type of righteousness, where women wasn't sleeping, you know what I mean, just sleeping around, testing the waters before they get married, so on and so forth. Even though, of course, a lot of our sisters lost that, but you know what I mean, that was the case with Israel in the past. You was about to say something about it?
Yeah. Now this whoredom does he mean specifically being a whore, or does he mean like serving other deities?
You could go into either or, to be honest with you. We know he was talking about whoredom. Whoredom covers both of those, to be honest with you. So he could be talking about both of those. Well,
because I know the Most High looks at that. He's saying Israel's a whore for doing that as a whole.
Right. And when you look at the main deities that we wound up going to serve, it all dealt with physical whoredom also.
Well, yeah.
Like Asterisk and all that. She was a whore. You know what I mean?
But she's in many different nations, though. Am I
Say
correct?
that again?
She's in many different nations. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's
I know. I'm a yard. You know a lot about her.
I was about to say, Cher is actually Ishtar. She's just another iteration of that exact same god. It goes like Inanna, Ishtar, Asherah, and then if you go into Egypt, that god's name is Hathor. Later on, Isis is a name that Esau comes up with when they take over Egypt and start creating their own little cult and trying to worship any god that allows you to have days and days of public sex and drunkenness. Later on, she becomes Aphrodite in Rome. And then you start getting Saturnalia. And later on, she's snatched up by other Edomites and she becomes Freya. And then so many, anywhere where she's the queen of heaven. She has several little monikers she goes by. Queen of heaven, queen of wisdom, queen of politics. You know, any of those. Anywhere where she takes the domain of another god and overtakes that god and becomes, no other god does that. Only she does that. And transmitting herself throughout history. Right now, you can find her as Santa Marta.
I would say that whole Mary. That whole Mary is that what they call her, Guadalupe and all that.
Right.
Praying to her, God, the mother of God or something.
The mother of gods. Anybody who's the queen or mother of the gods or anything like that, you'll notice she has about the same kind of concept as Ishtar at the very beginning.
Right.
She worships, what do you call that? Fertility. She's a fertility god.
Fertility god, which deals with sex always.
Always. So whoredom is a really good way to put it.
Right. You know what I mean? But we keep on going. That's verse 14.
14. 14. Let not the wages of any man which hath wrought for thee tarry with thee, but give him it out of hand. For if thou serve the Most High, he will also repay thee. Be circumspect, my son, in all things that thou doest, and be wise in thy conversation.
You gotta be careful, right? But keep on reading.
15. Do that to no man which thou hatest. Drink not wine to make thee drunken, neither let drunkenness go with thee in thy journey.
Right, so he let it be known. Don't do something that you know people's gonna hate. You know what I mean? Don't do something that you know to somebody that you know you wouldn't like if it's done to you, which a lot of people do, which is crazy to me. I don't understand. You know you're not gonna like it, but you're doing it to other people. You know what I mean? Don't do that. I mean, he's saying shouldn't be moving in drunkenness, so on and so forth, right? But read on.
Give of thy bread to the hungry, and of thy garments to them that are naked. And according to thine abundance give alms, and let not thine eye be envious when thou givest alms.
Right, read on.
Pour out thy bread on the burial of the just, but give nothing to the wicked.
Letting it be clear. Letting that be clear. You know somebody's righteous and they going through some stuff, or they at least trying. You know that they trying and they going through hell. Help them out. You know they trying to serve the Most High. Help them out. You know somebody all the way wicked. Don't give them nothing.
It didn't say unless they're poor. It didn't say that. Anything like that. If they're wicked and they're poor, they could stay right there.
Yeah, that there's a good chance that the reason why they poor is that that's part of their judgment. You know what I mean? But we keep on.
18. Ask counsel of all that are wise, and despise not any counsel that is profitable. 19. Bless the Lord thy God always, and desire of him that thy ways may be directed.
Right.
And that all thy paths and counsels may prosper. For every nation hath not counsel, but the Lord himself giveth all good things, and he humbleth whom he will, as he will. Now therefore, my son, remember my commandments.
Remember his commandments. These are not necessarily the commandments of the Most High. This is his commandments to his son. Yeah, I keep this in mind, right? But read on. My bad. Why is profitable? 20. And now I signify this to thee, that I committed 10 talents to Gabriel, son of Gabrias, at Marrige in Media. And fear not, my son, that we are made poor, for thou hast much wealth if thou fear God, and depart from all sin, and do that which is pleasing in his sight. Right. Keep on.
Chapter 5. Tobias then answered and said, Father, I will do all these things which thou hast commanded me. 2. But how can I receive the money, seeing I know him not? 3. Then he gave him the handwriting, and said unto him, Seek thee a man which may go with thee, whiles I yet live, and I will give him wages, and go receive the money.
Right. So he's telling him, because Tobias like, yo, I don't know. I never been to Media. I don't know the way. I don't know this man. Like, how am I going to go get this money? So Tobias was like, yo, go find somebody that knows the way or knows him. Bring him here. I'll pay him to go on that journey with you. Right. Read on.
3. Then he gave him the handwriting and said unto him, Seek a man which may, Salaki 4. Therefore, when he went to seek a man, he found Raphael. That was an angel.
So now he see Raphael, which we seen Most High sent Raphael for these things, right? To help out Tobit and to bring Tobias to Sara. Right? Read on.
5. But he knew not. And he said unto him, Canst thou go with me to Marrige, and knowest thou those places well? 6. To whom the angel said, I will go with thee, and I know the way well, for I have lodged with our brother Gabriel.
So he made it very easy for him. Yeah, I could go. I done stay with our brother Gabriel over there. That's exactly who I'm looking for. Thank you. You know what I mean?
That would have been a little too easy to me.
It seemed a little too easy, but that's how most I had it. Right? But read on.
7. Then Tobias said unto him, Tarry for me till I tell my father. 8. Then he said unto him, Go and tarry not. And tarry not. So he went in and said unto his father, Behold, I have found one which will go with me. Then he said, Call him unto me, that I may know of what tribe he is, and whether he be a trusty man to go with thee.
So you want to know, like, yeah, let me find out about this brother before I send you on your journey with him. Read on.
9. So he called him, and he came in, and they saluted one another. 10. Then Tobit said unto him, Brother, show me of what tribe and family thou art. 11. To whom he said, Dost thou seek for a tribe or family, or a hired man to go with thy son?
So he like, yo, hold on. What do you want? Do you want my tribe and family, or you really wanted somebody that you're gonna pay to go with your son? Like, does it matter, right? But read on.
Then Tobit said unto him, I wouldn't know, brother, thy kindred and name.
So Tobit,
I think that was good. I think that should have. I don't understand why he answered him that. Really, that should be important to him.
So why you want to know my tribe and all that? He's like, yo, you looking for a higher person. You're trying to hire somebody to go there. Why you asking all that?
Right.
But you know what I mean? It is good. Tobit made sure he's doubled down on it. He's like, yo, I need to know.
Right here. Maybe it was a test or something. I don't know. 12. And then he said, I am Azarias, the son of Ananias, the great of thy brethren.
Mm-hmm.
Then Tobit said, thou art welcome, brother. Be not now angry with me, because I have inquired to know the tribe and thy family. Right. Thou art my brother, and an honest and of good stock.
Right. So Tobit knows of that family that he gave, and I'm guessing that's why he gave him that family. Who knows? He might have took that body or something, but he gave him that family, and Tobit knows of that family, right? But read on.
Of good stock. You know, people who breed say that about bloodlines. You could be of good stock. So that's your proof right there. That's about a bloodline thing.
Right?
For I know Ananias and of Jonathan, sons of the great Samias. And as we went together to Jerusalem to worship and offered the first. Wait a minute.
Yeah, so basically he's saying like, yo, because Tobit, and when you read this story, which we kind of skipped over that part, Tobit would go to Jerusalem every year for the main feast to give up sacrifices. So these are the brothers that Raphael named. He knew used to go with Tobit down there. So he knew that these was people that actually still followed the Most High, because in all honesty, the majority of the Northern Kingdom was not doing that. It was a rare occasion. You've seen very few Northern Kingdom going to Jerusalem to offer sacrifice. They was mostly in idolatry. Right?
Plus, I think that's just like an Israel thing, because, you know, my mom and my pops used to be like, yo, who's these people? I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? Who's their mom? What family they come from?
Yeah.
And then they have to get all the way detailed, go all the way back to grandma and great grandma. Like, oh, okay, yeah. They used to babysit me when I was a kid.
Yeah. When you from neighborhoods like that where everybody been there, you know what I mean? I can definitely see that.
That is true. New York's good for that. Families who have been there on that block for a long time.
Yeah. Certain areas. But yeah. So you can keep on though.
So thou art welcome together in Jerusalem. Okay, yeah. For thou art my brother of an honest and good stock. For I know Ananias and Jonathan, sons of the great Samias, as we went together to Jerusalem to worship and offer the firstborn and the tenths of the fruits. And they were not seduced with the error of our brethren. My brother, thou art of good stock.
Right. So they wasn't into idolatry and all that. Now he knows for a fact that he's sending his son with somebody who worships the Most High, or at least was raised to worship the Most High. Right? But read on.
14. But tell me, what wages shall I give thee? Wilt thou be a drachm a day, and things necessary as to mine own son? 15. Yeah. Moreover, if ye return safe, I will add something to thy wages.
Right, so he said he's gonna give him a drachm a day, give stuff that he got paid for his son and all that, and whatever when they return safe, he gonna give him even more. Right, read on.
16. So they were well pleased. Then said he to Tobias, prepare thyself for the journey, and God send you a good journey. And then when his son had prepared all these things for the journey, his father said, go thou with this man, O God, which dwelleth in heaven, prosper your journey, and the angel of God keep you company. So they went forth both, and the young man's dog with them. But Anna, his mother, wept and said to Tobit, why hast thou sent away our son? Is he not the staff of our hand in going in and out before us?
Right, because they of age, they up there. So Tobias is doing a lot for them. She's like, yo, we need him. Why would you send him away? Right, but read on.
18, be not greedy to add money to money, but let it be as refuse in respect of our child.
Right. She don't care about the money right now. She worried about her son. Right. Read on.
For that which the Lord hath given us to live with doth suffice us.
Mm-hmm.
Then said Tobit to her, take no care, my sister. He shall return in safety, and thine eyes shall see him.
Right. Read on.
For the good angel will keep him company, and his journey shall be prosperous, and he shall return safe. And she made an end of weeping. Right.
So he knew that the angels was dealing with him and it's going to keep him covered and help him through his journey. But he didn't realize that he was talking to one at the time. You know what I mean?
That's faith, right? That's how faith is.
Yeah. But yeah, we keep on reading on.
Oh,
so now Tobias is off on his journey with Raphael, the angel, to go get this money. You know what I mean? And we're going to see and go see his wife, his future wife.
Go get money.
Yeah, go get that money. Right? But we keep on reading.
Chapter 6, verse 1. And as they went on their journey, they came in the evening to the river Tigris, and they lodged there.
Right.
2. And when the young man went down to wash himself, a fish leapt out of the water and would have devoured him. What kind of fish was that?
It's a big fish. We know that.
Damn.
The Tigris at that. For those that try to say the Tigris is small, nah. To have a big fish leap out of the water, nah.
Well, they could have called anything a fish. It could have been a gator. Maybe they said fish or something.
Nah, this is a fish. This is a lawful fish at that.
Oh. Okay, that's a big fish.
As we read on, we'll see.
Okay. 3. And then the angel said unto him, take the fish. And the young man laid hold of the fish and drew it to land. 4. To whom the angel said, open the fish and take the heart and the liver and the gall and put them up safely. 5.
Now, real quick, I want to actually pull this up. I want to pull this part up actually, and right. This is in the Good News Bible of Tobit. This is also in the Oxford Apocrypha, and so on and so forth. Where there's more to it in verse 4. It says, cut the fish open, the angel instructed, and take out his gallbladder, heart, and liver. Keep these with you. They can be used for medicine, but throw away the guts, right? They could be used for medicine. These things we actually see used throughout history as medicine. Give me a sec. Come back, stop sharing. These things we can actually see throughout history used as medicine. And let's keep on reading real quick, and I'm gonna pull something else up.
And that's 6, I think.
Read 5.
So the young man
before.
So the young man did as the angel commanded him, and when they had roasted the fish, they did eat it. And they both went on their way till they drew near Ecbatane.
Right.
Ecbatane, sorry.
Ecbatane, right.
Then the young man said to the angel, Brother Azarias, to what use is the heart and liver to be and the gall of the fish?
Right.
He said unto him, touching the heart and the liver, if a devil or an evil spirit trouble any, we must make a smoke thereof before the man or the woman, and the party shall be no more vexed.
Right. So he's letting it be known exactly what's this for. He said he said the heart and the liver is for the evil spirit to get rid of, right? And the gall was for the what he said? Salakia. And matter of fact, keep on reading, Salakia.
As for the gall, it is good to anoint a man that hath whiteness in his eyes.
So basically, to clear up Tobit's blindness, right? Now, a lot of people when they go to this stuff, they try to say, especially Christians. I done heard them say this is dealing with witchcraft, but you know what I mean, or some type of magic or something like this. But we know that the anointing of using fish guts to anoint or fish organs to anoint people's eyes was actually used throughout history as medicine. You know what I mean? Kind of right. So now this is off of the National Library of Medicine, right? National Center of Biotechnology Information. Y'all seeing this, right? Okay. I'm gonna go back down, typed up with night blindness. I'm gonna start right here, right? It says, when I was about 8 years old, my father became ill, malnourished, and suffered from night blindness. He could not see to walk between rooms in our house or go to the mosque for prayer without help. I used to lead him to and from the mosque. He, however, continued to enjoy reading his books at night next to a kerosene lamp. From sunset until bedtime, he stayed alone quietly in his room, reading except for a few minutes of prayer at night. He loved his books. He had the greatest collection of books in the country then. Why do people get night blindness? Nobody knew in Iraq then. We had no medical doctors or pharmacies in the country. We had only ancient traditional medicine practiced by some illiterate elderlies. So my father sought therapeutic advice from one such elderly. His prescription was fish liver oil. And I don't know about y'all. I grew up on fish liver oil also. My parents forced me to eat that nasty stuff to keep me strong, not getting sick. Y'all know about that? Yeah.
That's what I was gonna go into. What I said. I was reading something. It was the fish oil. Fish oil. They was using the fish oil. They got fish oil capsules, and it's to help your eyesight.
They put it on the eyes. Yeah. Now they
It's a fish oil capsule.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for your eyesight.
I remember I had to drink the literal liquid, the white liquid. I remember as I got older, they came out with the capsules, or maybe
I have a feeling the capsules don't have as much fish oil in it.
You don't taste it like that. It looked clear, but the fish, when we used to get the cod liver oil and it'd be just a straight white liquid, that was a horrible thing to drink. But my parents forced me to have that. But this is just to go in and show like how they even, this is in a medical, this article right here is national medical, like it's dealing with medical. You feel what I'm saying? And they talking about these things. They don't go into no witchcraft or nothing like that. This was medicine. This was always considered medicine. And this was actually used, as we keep reading, you're going to see it's used in a lot of different timelines and areas, right? But it says, his prescription was fish liver oil extracted by cooking on charcoal to be rubbed inside the eyes with a special stylet every night for 1 week. A neighboring fisherman, a friend of my father, supplied us after sunset with either a large fish liver or a whole fish. My mother would prepare the charcoal after sunset prayer and put the liver over it, while my sister and I sat with our father watching the therapeutic preparation. When the liver was cooked and the oil started seeping out, my mother would insert a silver stylet into the liver and then give it to my father, who waited for it to cool down. My father would then apply the stylet saturated with fish liver oil flat over the inside of the eye. And he would then close his eyelids on it while pulling it out. After that, he would eat barbecue liver, even though it was not part of the prescription. After a few days, he improved, and in 1 week, he regained his night vision completely. So that actually helped his eyes for him to see. We're looking at history of night blindness therapy. In the history of treating night blindness, the ancient Egyptians and the Babylonians, the Greeks, and many other cultures after them used animal liver as treatment, like what we did in Iraq. In the Egyptian papyrus Ebers in the 1500 BC, the recommended cure was roasted ox liver pressed applied topical to the eye. Another ancient Egyptian papyrus, Kuan 1 in 1825 BC, gynecological treatise mentions instruction for women cannot see to eat raw liver of an ass, a donkey, whatever. But we see how all this was. This is basically just considered ancient medicine. That's all it was. We was doing, right? So let's read just to show that right there. So let's read verse 6 again by Bashar.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 6, verse 6. Then the young man said to the angel, Brother Azarias, what use is the heart and the liver and the gall of the fish? Mm-hmm. He said unto him, touching the heart and the liver, if a devil or an evil spirit trouble any, you must make a smoke thereof before the man or the woman, and the party shall be no more vexed.
Right, which is another thing too that was shown throughout history, where people use certain organs as incense to treat people that was vexed with spirits. Right, but we keep on reading.
Is he having them bring this along because of Asmodeus?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly why.
Okay. All right. 9. And when they were come near Rages, the angel said to the young man, Brother, today we shall lodge with Raguel, who is thy cousin.
Who is thy cousin, a family, which means Naphtali, right? Read on.
Khan. He also hath one only daughter named Sara.
Mm-hmm.
I will speak for her, that she may be given thee for a wife.
Right. Read on.
11. For thee doth the right of her appertain, seeing that thou only art of her kindred.
She said the right of her, for her to be his wife, is belonged to him, appertain. It belonged to Tobias. That was basically his wife. Most High set this whole thing up. Right? That's his wife. Though he didn't even meet her yet. That's his wife. Right? Read on.
12. And the maid is fair and wise. So she's therefore hear me, and I will speak to her father.
Yeah, she's beautiful and wise, right? So he said he's going to speak to her father. Read on.
And when we return from Rages, we will celebrate the marriage. For I know that Raguel cannot marry her to another according to the law of Moses.
According to the law of Moses, exactly what we read. Right? Exactly what we read. She can't marry nobody else. She has to marry him within that tribe. Read on.
But he shall be guilty of death, because the right of inheritance doth rather appertain to thee than any other.
Right. Right. So they the only two Naphtalites nearby. Right. But read on.
13. Then the young man answered the angel, I have heard, Brother Azarias, that this maid hath been given to 7 men.
So he didn't even know she was family, but he heard that word is getting around about her. Imagine that. Anybody could see that, where it's a virgin woman, every time she get married with 7 times, and the man dies in the bedchamber, that word is getting around. I know she was feeling horrible. Right? Every time. So now men is scared to marry her. And it's got Tobias kind of scared right now too. Right? But read on.
14. And now I am the only son of my father, and I am afraid, lest if I go in unto her, I die as the other before. For a wicked spirit loveth her, which hurteth nobody, but those which come unto her.
Right. So he like, yo, listen, you talking about marrying this girl? I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I hear this spirit killing everybody that try to marry her. Right? But read on.
Wherefore also I fear lest I die, and bring my father's and my mother's life because of me to the grave with sorrow, for they have no other son to bury them.
They have no other son. So he ain't have no brother that can marry her, nothing like that. It's just him and her. You feel what I'm saying? Read on.
15. Then the angel said unto him, Dost thou not remember the precepts which thy father gave thee?
Now, how does he know this? He wasn't there when Toby tell him he knows everything. But still, he say, yo, don't you remember the laws?
All right, he's still not suspicious of this whole thing either.
He's not at all. He's like, yo, don't you remember the laws that your father gave you? Right? Read on.
That thou shouldest marry a wife of thine own kindred,
Right.
Therefore hear me, O my brother, for she shall be given to thee to wife, and make thou no reckoning of the evil spirit.
Like, don't worry about that evil spirit.
For the same night shall she be given thee in marriage.
Right. Read on.
16. And when thou shalt come into the marriage chamber, thou shalt take the ashes of perfume, and shalt lay them, and the ashes of perfume, and shalt lay them some of the heart and the liver of the fish, and shalt make a smoke with it.
Right.
And the devil shall smell it, and flee away, and never come again any more. But when thou shalt come to her, rise up both of you, and pray to God, which is merciful, who will have pity on you, and save you. Fear not, she is appointed unto thee from the beginning.
Yeah, it was already set up. Most High made sure she wasn't going to marry nobody else. Right? She was appointed from the beginning.
Salaki.
Good.
And thou shalt preserve her, and she shall go with thee. Moreover, I suppose that she shall bear thee children. He don't know, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
I like that. Now when Tobias had heard these things, he loved her, and his heart was affectionately joined to her.
Yeah, now he's like, damn, man. He's in love now. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's beautiful. She's right. And the Most High set this up for him. She belonged to him from the beginning. You know what I mean? So now he in love, right? So you keep on reading, though.
That was two big things. A, he keeps calling him brother. The angels are our brother. He keeps calling him brother.
Right.
And two, that's major. You thought he was all powerful until the end. He was like, I suppose, the Most High only gave him as much instructions as he needed to carry out his task.
Right. The water.
Right. Chapter 7, verse 1. And when they had come to Ecbatane, they came to the house of Raguel. Right? And Sarah met them. And after they had saluted one another, she brought them into the house.
Right.
And said Raguel to Edna, his wife, how like this young man is Tobit, my cousin?
You like, yo, he's seeing Tobias like, yo, you know how they say, you a spitting image of your father.
Yeah.
We spit you out. Yeah. He say, yo, how this man look just like Toby. Right? Read on.
3. And Raguel asked him, from whence are ye, brethren? To whom they said, we are of the sons of Naphtali, which are captives in Nineveh.
Right. So he's like, yeah, we letting them be known. We are the same tribe, right? But read on.
Then he said to them, do ye know Tobit, our kinsman? And they said, we know him. Then said he, is he in good health? And they said, he is both alive and in good health. And Tobias said, he is my father.
Right.
6. Then Raguel leapt up and kissed him and wept. 7. And blessed him. And he said unto him, thou art the son of an honest and good man. Right.
So we see Raguel understood and knew that Tobit was one of those people that was taken to Nineveh during the Assyrian captivity. But they themselves wasn't in Nineveh. They was in Media, right? So now he's seeing that Tobit's okay, in good health, and Tobias is his son. Now he happy. Okay, my little cousin's here, right? Read on.
That I don't know the scripture. I'm sure you do, but that really alludes to how important your reputation is. I believe scripture says a good name is better than a lot of other things, to paraphrase.
Right.
And if it wasn't for a good name, some of this would have fell apart.
Con, that's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, well, he would have had to give Tobias to his daughter regardless. Because Raguel is a righteous person also, so he understands the law.
Right.
I mean, he would have had to do that regardless. But it's good to have. You see how he's treating him. It's definitely good to have a good name.
Because I've been guilty of that my whole life. I still am. I don't give it what none of y'all think. Whatever, I'm gonna do it. This, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like that. But it makes a difference throughout your lifetime, what you do, how you live.
Right. It definitely do. And word spreads, and you'll see how people will treat you.
Right, and you got to care about that word.
Right.
But
That's Proverbs 22 verse 1 for anybody that wanted it.
The
You
water.
want to read it? You got it,
It says, "A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches."
Mm-hmm. Come.
So you got a choice, because a lot of people think great riches give you a good name.
Right. And they choose riches over that name. They'll do anything to get them riches.
Right.
Well,
absolutely.
yeah, we can go on though. So yeah, it's definitely good to have a good name amongst Israel.
6. When Raguel leapt up and kissed him and wept. 7. And blessed him and said unto him, Thou art the son of an honest and good man. But when he had heard that Tobit was blind, he was sorrowful and wept.
All right.
And likewise Edna his wife and Sarah's daughter wept. Moreover, they entertained them cheerfully. And after that they had killed a ram of the flock. They set a store of meat on the table. Then said Tobias to Raphael, brother Azarias, speak of those things of which thou did talk on the way.
He like, yo, remember what you was talking about? Yeah, let him know now. Hey, yo, bring that up now. Right?
And let this business be dispatched.
Let this business be dispatched. This business, that business is not just the marriage itself, but everything that comes with it, the property, so on and so forth, right? The inheritance. Right? Read on.
So he communicated the matter with Raguel. Raguel said to Tobias, Eat and drink and make merry. For it is meet that thou shouldest marry my daughter. Nevertheless, I will declare unto thee the truth.
So he's like, yeah, he with it, basically. Yo, it's a good thing for you to marry my daughter. You know what I mean? But he's gonna let him know what's been happening. Right? Read on.
11. I have given my daughter in marriage to 7 men, who died that night they came in unto her. Nevertheless, for the present be married. But Tobias said, I will eat nothing here till we agree and swear one to another.
Right. So he was like, yo, I want all this. We got to get this contract in order. I want all this squared away. I'll eat once we got all this squared away. Right? Read on.
12. Raguel said, Then take her from henceforth according to the manner, for thou art her cousin, and she is thine. And the merciful God give you good success in all things.
Right. So she's yours. Right? Read on.
Then he called his daughter Sara, and she came to her father, and he took her by the hand and gave her to be wife to Tobias.
Right.
Saying, Behold, take her after the law of Moses, and lead her away to thy father. And he blessed them.
Right. So he blessed him. He said, you'll take her. She's yours. Right. Read on.
And he called Edna his wife, and took paper, and did write it with an instrument of covenants, and sealed it.
Mm-hmm.
And they began to eat. After Raguel called his wife Edna, and said unto her, Sister, prepare another chamber, and bring her in thither.
Bring her in thither, right? This is going to be that marriage chamber. This is where they're going to actually make the marriage official. So this is how a marriage was supposed to go in Israel, where you would, later on, you see people do ceremonies now. We did ceremonies later on in life where the ceremony actually would come before the actual marriage, right? But originally it wasn't so. We'll marry and then we'll have the wedding feast. You feel what I'm saying? So on and so forth, right? Sometimes you see they'll have a feast. Oh, we're gonna get married. Y'all gonna get married? Cool. Let's feast right now. Boom. And that night, y'all taking her in the marriage chamber. It wasn't no waiting months, weeks, or nothing like that. You feel what I'm saying? And once you have sex with that person, y'all making it official. So he's sitting here. He letting it be. They talked about it. We see this. It all happened in one night. They talked about it. He said, "You know what? Yeah, she's yours." Right? Brought down his daughter. Said, let it be known like this gonna be your husband. Told his wife, okay, get that marriage chamber set up for them, right? So they can get ready. Right? So read on.
17. Which when she had done as he had bidden her, she brought her thither, and she wept, and she received the tears of her daughter, and said unto her, Be of good comfort, my daughter. The Lord of heaven and earth give thee joy for this thy sorrow. Be of good comfort, my daughter.
Right. Read on.
chapter 8, verse 1. And when they had supped, they brought Tobias in unto her.
Mm-hmm.
As he went, he remembered the words of Raphael, and took the ashes of the perfumes, and put the heart of the liver of the fish thereupon.
Right, so he did exactly what he said. Right, read on.
Verse 3. The which smell, when the evil spirit had smelled, he fled into the utmost parts of Egypt, and the angel bound him.
Right.
4. And after that, they were both shut in together. Tobias rose out of the bed and said, Sister, arise, let us pray, that God would have pity on us.
Right. So he made sure they got that prayer. He lit that incense. I mean, they prayed together, right?
They're already leading.
Huh?
He's already leading.
Already leading, con, right? Read on.
And after that, they were both shut in. 5. Then began Tobias to say, Blessed art thou, O God of our fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed is thy holy and gracious name forever. Let the heavens bless thee and all thy creatures. Thou madest Adam and gavest Eve his wife for an helper and stay. Of them came mankind. Thou hast said, It is not good that man should be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself.
Right.
7. And now, O Lord, take not this my sister for lust, but uprightly. Therefore mercifully ordain that which may become aged together.
Right.
And she said,
praying, this is a righteous prayer that he's praying. Like, though, I'm not taking her for lust or nothing like this. You know what I mean? It's just all love. Let us grow together, so on and so forth. Right? Read on.
And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust, but uprightly, therefore mercifully ordain that we may become aged together.
Mm-hmm.
And she said with him, Amen.
Mm.
So they slept both that night. And Raguel arose and went and made a grave, saying, I fear lest he also be dead.
Right. So he was scared. You know what I mean? He was scared. He didn't realize that the whole reason why the Most High was, one of the reasons why he was killing those people off in the bedchamber was so they don't sleep with her. I'm pretty sure they wasn't righteous people. They did some stuff. Well, another reason why the Most High killed them off. But we see that the Most High didn't want them lying with her. Right? So he went, made a grave in the morning. Read.
11. But when Raguel was come into his house, he said unto his wife Edna, Send one of the maids, and let her see whether he be alive. If he be not, then we may bury him, and no man know it.
Yeah, you don't want nobody else knowing. Damn, eight people now? Right? But read on.
13. So the maid opened the door, and went in, and found them both asleep. 14. And came forth and told them that he was alive. Then Raguel praised God and said, O God, thou art worthy to be praised with all pure and holy praise. Therefore, let thy saints praise thee with all thy creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Let all thine angels and thine elect praise thee forever.
Yeah, let the saints praise you. Okay. All right. You keep on.
16. Thou art to be praised, for thou hast made me joyful, and that is not come to me, which I suspected. But thou hast dealt with us according to thy great mercy.
Mm-hmm.
17. Thou art to be praised, because thou hast had mercy of two that were the only begotten children of their fathers.
The only begotten children of their fathers he had mercy on, right? Read on.
Grant them mercy, O Lord, and finish their life in health with joy and mercy. Then Raguel bade his servants to fill the grave, and he kept the wedding feast 14 days. So
they feasted. They had a feast and good old time for 14 days, right? Let's keep on reading.
For before the days of the marriage were finished, Raguel had said unto him by an oath that he should not depart till the 14 days of the marriage were expired.
Mm-hmm.
And then he should take the half of his goods and go in safety to his father
and should have the rest when I and my wife be dead.
Yeah, that's what that contract was for, that covenant, that everything belonged to him. That's the whole thing. Everything goes to the daughter, which whoever she marries, it belongs to. That's why she had to marry within her tribe so that everything stays within that tribe, right? You notice how he's telling Tobias, yo, you take half to your father now, then you get the rest when I die. Not his daughter, because his daughter becomes the property of Tobias. Come on.
I just raising my
Okay.
hand this evening.
So I'm just wondering, because like I see in the Bible the same story being told so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like they're using the marriage. It's almost like this is the Most High marrying Israel, because nobody else can marry Israel, no matter what happens. Anybody who picks with Israel dies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, the Most High gets all the inheritance, all of it, because you see early on up here, he shut in with her. They say that on purpose. He shut in. You see that with the parable of the virgins that Yahushua is talking about,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because
they
come in and he shuts the door. There's nothing you can do. You see that when Joseph marries Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
She brings him down there. He brings her in the tent, and they shut the door. You see that with Noah and the ark. When the time came, everybody went in. He shut the door, and nothing can do. This shut the door thing keeps happening throughout the Bible from one end to the other, and there's only one story being told, and this is just another way of telling it.
Right. I feel you. All that symbolic to it. Yeah. Most High married to us, and we need to stop acting up and get right. But we're gonna finish this up soon, right? Let's jump to we're gonna stay in this book. Jump to chapter 14. We're gonna read. We're gonna jump to chapter 14, and we're gonna read. We'll start at 11.
11?
Yeah.
It's the mighty book of Tobit, chapter 14, and verse 11. Wherefore now, my son, consider what alms doeth, and how righteousness doth deliver.
Mm-hmm.
When he had said these things, he gave up this ghost in the bed.
So this is Tobit dying. Tobit died. He's telling, giving his last speech to his son, and he died, right? Read on.
Gave up the ghost in the bed, being 108 and 50 years old.
So he was 158 years old when he died. Old man, right? Read.
And he buried him honorably.
Uh-huh.
And when Anna, his mother, was dead, he buried her with his father.
Mm-hmm.
But Tobias departed with his wife and children to Ecbatane, to Raguel, his father-in-law, where he became old with honor. And he buried his father and mother-in-law honorably. He inherited their substance and his father Tobit's.
So he inherited everything. He got all his father's stuff and all his father-in-law's stuff, right? Read on.
And he died at Ecbatane in Media, being 107 and 20 years old.
Right.
But before he died, he heard of the destruction of Nineveh, which was taken by Nebuchadnezzar and Azarus. Mm-hmm. And before his death, he rejoiced over Nineveh.
Right. He rejoiced over that filthy place. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful thing. But yeah, so that's what that goes into. The whole reason for that, the marrying within tribe is only dealing with when a woman had some type of possession of her father's. She couldn't give that to no other tribe. It had to stay within tribe. And the whole contract was about property, giving everything to him. You know what I mean? It had nothing to do with the marriage itself. That was transfer of property, transfer of inheritance. So any questions on that? Or any statements? So with that being said, we give all the honor and glory and praise to the Most High.
Get that bag, get through. Hey, yo, Pluto, you going brazen?
Shapop, Truth Music. I go hard, I do this for my kin. Stay 10-toe down, riding to the end. He said you gon' lose family and you gon' lose friends. Behind this truth, I swear I put my work in. I go hard, I do this for my kin. Stay 10-toe down, riding to the end. He said you gon' lose family and you gon' lose friends. Behind this truth, I swear I put my work in. I'm tired of being on the block. Tired to see my people getting gunned down by cops. Tired of being a knot. Found out I was not. Keeping the commandments and the faith is all I got. He said that he's coming to get the ones that saved. I hope I ain't the 2/3.